Ladies and gentlemen, it's a real joy to welcome you here to our concert this afternoon to celebrate our centenary as a worshipping congregation here in this building. Of course, the congregation itself was early formed and was alive and well for 65 years on Ryrie Street, and then came here, and we've been here for 100 years. So that's quite a history for this congregation. It has always had a strong ministry in music. It's always had a wonderful choir. Now, I have to tell you that there's one gentleman here today who just turned 85 years of age. I think he first started in the choir back in about 1947. That is correct. So we're now going to do something for him. We're going to sing him happy birthday, given that he's 85, and we're going to congratulate him on all of those years, 1947 to now, singing in the choir. Please stand up, you're good sir. We want to sing you happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeffrey. Happy birthday to you. Jeffrey's contribution to this congregation is extraordinary, as I'm sure you will all know. And he continues to be one of the wise, very, very wise heads in the congregation, constantly guiding us and helping us. And we are so pleased that, Jeffrey, you're able to sing today. And congratulations. We're also very pleased. The congregation just seems to have people who've got great talent musically. Now, this guy in the maestro in the old box of ivories over there, he takes off sometimes and he adds in little bits and pieces. We have no idea what's going to happen. We all just sit back there in amazement and listen, and then it sort of comes back to where we were all, allowed to sing along with him again. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of chaotic, but it's very, very interesting, very, very clever. And we're also pleased that he has offered his time for this concert. Likewise, John on the percussion instruments. He was the head percussionist for the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, and here he is offering his services to this congregation. Thank you, John. Julie also on the flutes and various wind instruments. It's just a delight that you are able to offer that gift and skill to us. And of course the choir, every Thursday night they practice faithfully, and they come along and they sing and they enjoy themselves. They care for each other extraordinarily well, and they go through their ups and downs, but there they are, they sing along. I say to them, go and sing with the angels, because they are part of that mob. They really are wonderful. And so I thank you very much for your service, your ministry to this congregation, and your good kindness. It's just terrific. We're now going to sit back and be treated to something.
Rejoice, the Lord is King, your Lord of one of the Brahms clarinet sonatas, the one that is in so it's a slow movement, it's about 3.5 minutes long, and Brendan's shifted to piano, so he's very clever. Thank you for being my accompanist.
Our next piece is a favourite. I've asked Dominic to come and sing this. It's a beautiful piece which has been loved by choir boys for eternity. It's the famous piece "O for Wings of a Dove" by Mendelssohn for voice soprano and choir. One of the things about this concert is we wanted to celebrate all that makes up the music in our choir and here at St David's. And our next piece features two of our regular soloists that you hear every Sunday here at St David's, and the Juliet Tripodi and the Kinnan. And they're going to share with you some more Mendelssohn. It's from a cantata called Lobgesang, or Hymn of Praise, and it's the piece titled I Waited for the Lord.
Inclined unto me.
Juliet have been soloists here for many years, and I know both are very actively involved in not just this choir, but choirs throughout Geelong, continue to be. Juliet also is organist at the Church of Christ, and is conductor, director of music of the Italian choir as well, and both Juliet are involved in many choirs, so we're lucky to have them here at St David's amongst their many choirs that they sing with. We are now going to move on to celebrate some more of the youth here, and we've got our youngest performer today, Cecilia, and we'll get Cecilia to turn around and take a bow. Cecilia's been studying organ. And she's going to play two pieces. And I'm going to get Cecilia to play that again because she can even play this. I think, can you play this with the pedals as well? Okay, we're going to play with the pedals as well. Now she can reach the pedals. Here we go. Here we go, musical box. Music, and that's the first time she's ever played in public. Now we're going to hand over to Cecilia's mum. How old were you when you the very first time you sang in the choir?
I think I was about 12.
Okay, so 12 years old Melinda was, and Melinda's, she went to the Geelong College, and now she's a teacher, a music teacher at the Geelong College. And she's going to be singing the solo in the next piece, which is the Prayer of St Richard of Chichester by White, with Linda as the soloist.
May
our next, there's something quite special about this solo. We have not been able to find the original recital program that was given here 100 years ago by the organist of the Scots Church in Melbourne. But what we do have is we picked some of the music we have today would have been music that would have been sung at the same time. And the Wings of a Dove, most definitely, King or Glorious, these pieces are from 100 years ago. And they're actually pieces that some of them are actually in our library. And the copies actually say Ryrie Street Presbyterian Church on our music. Now this next piece was written about the same time that this church was opened. And so this would have been a brand new piece of contemporary music. So I'm really quite thrilled that Juliet's picked this piece, because it would be very much the kind of piece you would have heard 100 years ago in a concert just like this today. And it's a setting of the Psalm 84, How Lovely Are Thy Dwellings, music by Samuel Lee.
O
Our next piece is a favourite that has been requested many times, and we are singing it from what is called the Church Anthem Book. This was a book that was approved for worship by the Church of Scotland, and you will find a copy of this in just about every Presbyterian church, not only in Australia but throughout the Commonwealth. It was a extremely popular anthem book, edited by Walford Davies, who was also a director of music of the Royal Air Force as well, and wrote our Royal March Past of the Air Force, and amongst being an organist. And this setting is Bach's famous setting of Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring. Now we've jumped to today, or well, the 20th century this piece comes from, so from about the late 1960s. So when was it written, John? Yes, and this is actually a Japanese composer. How do you say his name?
Toshiro Mayazumi.
Mayazumi. And it's a very contemporary piece, completely different to what we've been listening to. It's a concerto for xylophone and orchestra. We're playing the second movement. Kind of reminds me of, the third movement. It kind of reminds me of listening to a Japanese opera orchestra. So it's got lots of clashes and very exciting things. It also reminds me a little bit of listening to Shostakovich too. So that gives you a bit of a taste of what it's going to be like. The concerto for xylophone and orchestra.
And I should just say at this point too that every other accompanist I've ever given music to, they take one look at it and faint. They look at it seriously as you go, how do I think it's around those notes. So Eric, to Brendan.
Haven't fainted yet. Well, my specific instruction was to keep the concert short. We're now on to our last piece, so that's good. It means you don't lose your whole afternoon, and we had what a wonderful day it's been. Now, I hope Kevin will have a few words to say at the end, or did you want to say a few words now? Yes, Kevin's going to say a few words now. Okay, this is it. Okay, after our final piece. This piece brings back school memories for me because our head of music at a very similar school I went to in Sydney called Newtown College. And in Sydney, the entire school, so had 1,100 boys, had to learn this piece. And the challenge for the head of music was to teach the first 11 and to teach all the rowing teams and all the rugby teams how to sing The Heavens Are Telling by Haydn. And it was more like the heavens are yelling. But anyway, we got 1,100 boys to sing The Heavens Are Telling. And the problem was that some of these boys couldn't read music very well. And so I was asked to get on my tuba, which I play, the tuba, and go up in the back gallery and sit with all the basses and play the bass part on the tuba. And I was told to play it as loud as I possibly could to try and keep them in tune. and that's what was done right up until the concert. So we're not going to yell, but here is a wonderful piece to finish off today's celebrations from Haydn's oratorio, The Creation, The Heavens Are Telling. And I should also take the opportunity to thank the members who have augmented our choir today, both this morning and this afternoon, and who are also acting as soloists too. We've got Suzette and Seth and John Stubbings, who are soloists in this next piece. So The Heavens Are Telling, and Ken as well, and Alan. Yes, we've got many soloists here. So we've had Alan as well. It's been many, and we're very, very grateful. So here is The Heavens Are Telling.
Please be seated. When the Gospels were written, around about 50 years after our Lord was resurrected, they had no idea that we would be reading them in places like this 2,000 years on. When the great composers of great music wrote their pieces, they never fretted or worried about the legacy and how it would all work out. They just wrote it out of sheer love and joy. And it's continued to this day. And great music will continue. And churches like St. David's and inspired organists like Brendan will ensure it keeps going. It's a wonderful tradition, and it needs to be celebrated, and it needs to be rejoiced in. And Brendan, the choir, Julie, John, and the other instrumentalists and soloists, it's just been a wonderful delight, and we are so pleased to have had this rich afternoon of celebration of music. Thank you very, very much. Just recently, we were able to set up some cameras in the auditorium here, in the chapel here, and this morning's service and this afternoon's service has been recorded. Now, I'm springing something on my good friend Brendan down the back there, who's been working away on the various levers, making sure it all mixes together beautifully. I presume we're able to make this DVD available as well, Brendan? Good. So if you want a DVD of this morning's service or this afternoon's concert, just simply write a note, put $10 in there for each DVD, and send it to 1 Talbot Street next door, and I'll ensure that you get a DVD of these two services very shortly. We are very pleased that we're able to make these DVDs available now through aged care homes. Very soon it will be going on to a rebuilt website, so that the ministry of St. David's will move way beyond this particular corner here, although we still want everybody to come here, of course. Another extraordinary event that happened some years ago, a scholarship was set up to help young people learn the organ, and particularly in ecclesial music, but in the organ in general. We had such an amazing teacher in Brendan, we thought we had to do something. Equally, we have to do something to ensure that that tradition continues on. And we have today here Tansy, she's a second organist. By the way, congratulations on becoming co-captain at the school next year. A wonderful honour, couldn't come to a better person, absolutely fabulous. So, congratulations. But we have various folk who have become students of Brendan, and they come along and they learn, and they've all got wonderful careers ahead of them, maybe not in music but in something, and whatever that chosen career is, I think the ability to learn music, to appreciate its wonder and its joy will always be a part of their lives. So we are thrilled that the scholarship is available. There are some here who have been extraordinarily generous to that scholarship, and we thank you also for your generosity. I think you will see that that work is carried on, and the wonderful things that happen as a result will have long-term ramifications. Again, thank you, Brendan, for your contribution, extraordinary contribution in that area. This morning we had the folk from Sacred Heart here as well, and across the college we have a very good relationship with them, and they also are looking to developing their music tradition as well, alongside and with us here at St. David's. So it's growing, and it's just a good thing. It's an ecumenical thing, and I'm thrilled that we are a part of it. Thank you for your attendance. I hope you've had a good day. I hope you enjoyed your lunch and meeting with friends, making new ones. I hope that you've enjoyed the music. I certainly have, and I wish you Godspeed as you go to your various homes. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and enjoy the good earth that God has given to us. God bless you.